Good evening, one and all. It is Wednesday, it's the middle of the week, and it's about time we jump in to some more good old Warframe. Hello everyone, hope you're doing well where you are around the world today. From Ezra saying, Ken, have you planned out a third way to title this topic of today? Is it blessed with streamer luck? I didn't even figure out this title until just moments prior to stream, I'll be quite honest. I just figure it out as I go.
It's that time for Prime Sub Smile.
Yo, Kelton, thank you very much for dropping your Prime sub here. Much appreciated. Up onto 26 months of support, absolutely. And whilst we're getting started, not to miss as well, Fartbox the second, thank you very much for dropping your 8th month of support as well, tier 1 there. Both of you, much appreciated on that, absolutely. Cheers all round. So, yes indeed, we're going to be heading back into Railjack. There are 3 more turrets to acquire from 2 different sets of missions. We'll get there. I'm not counting all of the Levan and Vidar variants because those are a little bit more finicky to acquire. Although, I'll be honest, actually, I think with the Grineer ones, they all come from functionally the same place, given how the drop tables work. But for the corporate ones, Levan and Vidar are much, much more frustrating to obtain. So, we'll get around to it. I don't think I'm going to be farming up every single house of every single gun, but I will be getting at least one version of each. At the Mark IV. At least one version will be sufficient to take us forwards. Now, separately from that as well, for those of you wondering about where video bits and pieces are at, I'm currently most of the way through, I'd say. Yeah, most of the way through on producing the next video, which is indeed a Soulframe video. Because we've had a couple Soulframe streams, and, well, for those of you who don't want to sit through 6 hours of stream, more than 6 hours of stream content to see what the hell actually happened there, that'll give you a more condensed breakdown to it all. Yo!
Getting back into Warframe after seeing how much aura Briscoe has. Haven't played since Coolervo dropped.
Briscoe does indeed have a certain aura about them, do they? No, it's absolutely. Cosmic Space Cats with a Prime up onto 2 months. Lovely bronze badge next to your name. Much appreciated. And welcome back to the community there, absolutely. Cheers indeed. I did see when we were starting up on the stream here, we had multiple different cat viewers in the chat today. We've got Chaos Kitty Cat and Cosmic Space Cats. Truly, the internet is just full of cats. What more proof could we need? But yeah, so we've got the Soulframe review video is in the works. I fully edited like the first, I want to say about 5 minutes of it. And that might sound like not a lot, but then when you could think about what goes into all of the processing and planning and editing just to get 5 minutes of finished video content, that's a heck of a lot. All the audio for the just a general review side is all there. We've of course got all the stream footage, got all the plans on the bits and pieces to go together, so the remaining duration of it will not take all that much long to put together, absolutely. But yes, so hope to have that out by the end of this week. Should probably have it out by the end of this week. However, there'll be something else, probably far more important to all of you, announced tomorrow. But we're not going to get into that just yet. Let's go get ourselves some more turrets. And as we learned last time, Sova Strait on Earth is just the absolute best place when it comes to quick farming the Grineer turrets. So that is the Cryophon and Pulsar I still need. Although I'm going to quickly head on over to the dry dock because something tells me I did get a Pulsar towards the end of stream and I just didn't update the command for it. It would be nice to discover there's only 2 guns left to go. Let's quickly check that, will we? This might not have been the fastest way to load the dry dock or whatever. There we go. Alright. Driest of docks. Let's check into armaments. Mark IV, what have we got here? Have we got a Pulsar? Was it Pulsar I was looking for? Let's see, yeah, Pulsar Cryophon. No, we got Photors. Many Photors dropped. 2 Levans, a Zetki. Yeah. And we got the Carcinox, Lathe, Vort. Plenty of bits and pieces, but not that. Okay, cool, cool, cool. The command is indeed up to date on that. I could also hit on the repairs on these. Let's see, we've got Photor, Carcinox, all of these lots already done as well. There's no point repairing that one. I think Zetki might be preferable over this here. Let's see. let's claim this now. Huzzah! Let's just quickly equip that one and then compare it to the Zetki one I have. Let's see then. So Zetki gives it higher critical chance, same status, and dare I say more damage? Yeah, it looks like it's got more puncture. Just puncture, but still more puncture on it. Okay. Trade-off being... I think the trade-off would probably be heat accretion. It's just for some reason it doesn't show correctly on here. And yeah. Oh, sleepy. Thank you. But yeah, largely just looking at the stats, that does look like a overall upgrade. Also, a 51.3% is very nice. So let's hit the repair on that. It is so close to 60%, it is easy to get it over that line there. But yeah, curiously enough, it does seem to just be statistically better. If I have a look at this Levan photo down here, yeah, the stats do just match up when... yeah, just when previewing it like that, so... weird indeed. But we'll see how it all comes together. That repair's on its way. No need to rush right now. 1 hour's complete repairs, which means that'll be done just whilst we are running the stream here, which is very nice. And again, the rest of these, we don't need to run through the repair cycle. Not at all. So, now, navigation time. Yo! Domine! Is that... yeah, that is a Domine. I think. We've been over this, haven't we? We have. We've been over this. Don't mean it is. All the same, thank you for the bits there. Much appreciated. Dom, we've been over... yeah, it's Dom. You put an O as in a 0. You put a 0 there. I mean, throws things off. It throws things off. Ah. Right, so, Earth, Sober Straight. Let's go. 2 guns to get from here, 2 different guns. Not really that concerned about the house I get them from, although Zetki I think would be the best. It's more a case of just getting them, so I've got some Mark IV stats to directly compare. At least as much as the game allows me to compare. We know how this goes. We know how this goes. Now the good thing about Sober Straight is that it has no boarding objectives, because boarding objectives don't give us any progress towards Mark IV guns. They do nothing for us in that regard, so having them is kind of pointless. I also realised I equipped the Photor, didn't de-equip it, so we're going to have a hit scan but lower DPS hit scan for this mission. Still plenty effective, you'll notice. It's not the Talon. It's just not the Talon. Oh, so we got one of these Outriders. The Elite Outriders are one of those ships that can drop what we're looking for. But that was plating, unfortunately. So it's the Elite Outriders, and then it's the cruise ships. And the cruise ships spawn 7 of them per mission here. So plenty of chance to get stuff. All these other basic fighters, yeah, they can just evaporate. We don't care about them. Now, where's the next set of them? There they are. Hello. And we have a cruise ship. Alright. Let's switch over to dealing with that. I've got my crew firing their main guns as well. This will all go swimmingly. One cruise ship down. Photor Mark IV. Photor we already have. Darn it. Nice to have another, I guess, but we already have Photor multiple times over at this point. But it's okay. We'll just keep cutting through everything else. The lock-on on that is aggressive and effective. Purple is a request in the background. Yep, there we go. I'm just going to spin whilst I do that. It's fine, the NPC crew don't get seasick. Space sick, if you will. Hello there, bye. Hope you're doing well today. Let's load us up into here and get ready with the Blafinator. Now that has been... Oh, wow. It's completely had its engine shot out. I will see if we still get the kill shot. Yep, nope. That is not the angle to get the kill shot. That is not ideal. Right, let's get some more dome charges, because once again we've been hit with the double fail there. I swear if I get 3 more fails in a row, I am reporting it as a bug. Because despite us testing the numerical odds, there is still just the number of times it fails. There we go. Let's see. Yep, we fired a dome charge. Okay.
Scratch 1 cruise ship.
Another cruise ship. Let go of my aim, please. Let go. Thank you. Another cruise ship coming in over here. The fuck did I hit? That did not use a dome charge. Interesting. There we go. Seriously not sure what I hit there, because I didn't even see a fighter explode.
That clears up some space.
That was weird. Oh! Blind fire did not get the shot I needed this time. Supposed to hit the body of the ship, not the side. Oh, and that reduced my damage to the point that it was no longer a kill shot. Well, that's unfortunate. Yes, it turns out that damage numbers actually matter on Steel Path.
Ongoing. Equip your Omni and rectify
Oh
this.
well.
Astral frame integrity preserved. Good job. Return to duty.
Alright, let's get one more shot into that cruise ship. This one will be lethal. Bap, there it goes.
Enemy fighters are
These
routed.
mines tell me there's an elite outrider around, most likely.
Reactor has detonated. Pretty.
Oh, we still got the APOC on the side guns. That's effective. I really shouldn't be firing at the cruise ship blindly, but it worked. Let's see. Are my NPC crew going to fire at this one? I actually can't see it to know if they're firing at it.
Direct attention to remaining targets.
Yeah, okay. That. I'll focus on this one I can actually see. There we go. How far away must that one be then?
Boom. Cruise ship eliminated. Focus on remaining targets.
There we go. And of course, because they've got the, oh yeah, not... Is it the APOC or Carcinox? No, that's the Carcinox they're using. Right. Pulsar required, but it's Mark III. Darn. Yeah, with 28 puncture procs on that thing, it was never going to live.
Cruise ship has gone bye-bye.
And, oh! Pulsar Mark IV! Yes!
Neutralized. Closing mission next.
One of the 3 guns needed right there. First mission, yeah, love to see it. Take us in. Yeah, we got 3 Mark IV guns on that run. That's actually really unlikely, I think. 3 Mark IV guns? Alright. 2 of them are Zetki Photors, we already have, but getting a Pulsar drop, still welcome. Yo!
Welcome aboard. All systems functional tilde cephalon psi.
Thank you very much there, Shezbot, for the Prime once again, up onto 31 months. Much appreciated. I hope you're doing well today. Indeedy on that. Right, let's see. We got a Vidar Pulsar Mark IV. To compare it to the Photor here, we can see higher damage per shot, higher critical chance, although I'm comparing it to a Levan. I think they usually have lower stats. I don't have really much in the way of Vidars that I don't really compare against, whatever. Yeah, now this has much lower fire rate, but it does fire a burst. So in terms of actual DPS, honestly at this point, hard to say. Comes with a 49.4% puncture bonus. Okay, we'll repair that up. Lap it in there, let it happen. There we go. Yeah, it's puncture electric. We'll see more of that later on. Right now, let's switch this back to the good old Talon. Cannot go wrong with that. You've just realised what the title meant now? Oh dear. It's fine. It's fine. It's been a long day, right? It's been a long day. There we go. Right. One more gun down. 2 left to go. Let's update this over here. Pulsar acquired. And command is updated. I got the alphabetization wrong. Let me try that again. Command is now updated. There we are. Two more to go. One Cryofon and one Galazio. And let's go. Now this, that is a turret right there. Look at them. The fire rates on that. Woo! That is a gun that means business. Don't forget, this is supposed to be Steel Path difficulty. Granted, the lowest of all of the Steel Path, but still. Steel Path nonetheless. We'll see how it fares on higher tier missions later on. Any second on the spawns? Did we win? That game over? Oh, there we go. Alright, let's just fire everything I can. All the automatic damage. It points that up after all. There is our primary target. Aim for the front half and then a cell. Blappage happens. 425 key damage. Tells you I hit exactly the right spot. Why is it showing there's a need of the lead on this? There is no lead up on this gun. Hit scan. Isn't it?
Enemy pilots are panicking. Keep it up.
Fairly certain this is a hit scan weapon. Oh wait, no, this is Carcinox. I put Talon on the front. Of course. Yeah, Carcinox is a projectile. Talon is the hit scan. They're very similar firing. Very, very similar firing. There we are. Oh, hello. What's that one? It is Photor Mark IV again. Okay. Yes. Photor. I do love it, but a little bit of variety would be nice. Do both of these guns have a spool? I don't think the Carcinox does, but Talon, yes. Oh, sorry. Instantly took out one engine. Yeah, so let's take out all three. Haha. Get immobilized, nerd. Now, I am rapidly taking a chunk of damage here. Don't rotate away, please. Boop. It looks like I didn't do a lot of damage there, but it was enough, so whatever. Carcinox Mark III, unfortunate. Yeah, having to lead the shots against targets with shielding, not quite so easy. And especially needing to hit that Outrider on the weak spots. Come here, you. Alright, whatever. The NPC crew got it. That counts. Cool, that's the fighters dealt with. We just need to work on cruise ships like this one. Immobilize it. There we go. They were firing at each other, which if they want to do that, that's fine with me. Oops, wrong gun. Charge up the big one. 3, 2, 1. Boop. And you, where do you think you're going? Get stunned. Get blacked. We're just looking for the cryophon here. Every other gun is basically irrelevant to us right now. It's just the cryophon we need.
Enemy cruise ship has arrived. They are powering weapons.
Well, I mean, if you're going to be dead ahead, that's actually perfect. I don't need to go anywhere. Just line it up and take them down. And yeah, camera does bug out when I roll towards that just to be faster. Donk. Perfect.
Super cool that Twitch offers me to spend 10,000 channel points for an alert but doesn't remind me to resub. Had to get jump scared by Mad.
Oh dear, oh dear. Elu, thank you very much for remembering after the jump scare to resub there up onto 4 whole years of support on the channel. Much appreciated. You know, that lovely golden teapot next to your name. Cheers indeed on that there, Elu. And we have a request from Wally for a music change. Let's do that. There it is. I don't have permission to access those files. Fairly certain I do. They're right there. Okay. So the quick access has lost the ability to access it quickly. Huh? Whatever. Whatever. Now. Am I on Windows? Yes. There's the media player itself there was just going, nope, I'm not allowed to open up that playlist. Even though the playlist is right next to the actual files, which I then just opened up. I don't understand, and I'm not about to start troubleshooting it.
Focus on remaining targets.
There's no need. The thing is that that playlist has worked before now. It's just today decided not to. Things happen. I don't explain them.
Filing mission as complete.
Yeah. Alright, I don't think we got any new gun there. Nope, our Mark IV's APOC Photor. We already have those. It's just Cryophon. So we go again. Now for the Cryophon, I don't know how many of the ships we're actually killing in terms of the Elite Outriders, but if I go Cryophon Mark IV.
Mission complete.
Let's see here, so Cryophon Mark IV for the Vidar drops. Oh.
Incoming fighters. Get to stations.
Oh boy, it's 0.4% of the time from a cruise ship. Levan drops 0.4% of the time from a cruise ship. And then Zetki can't come from these cruise ships, but it can drop 4% of the time from an Elite Outrider. Yeah, Glazio as well. Glazio comes from the Corpus. Can't get that here. We're at the point now I need one gun from one and one gun from the other, and there's no way to cross the two over. Yeah. There's 0.4% drop here from cruise ships, 4% drop from the Elite Outriders, not these normal Outriders, although they function near enough the same. No, only the elite ones. But those elite ones are worth straight up 10 times as much in terms of gold. Compared to a cruise ship. So yeah. Oh, that popped in front of me, that's fine. Cheers on the hydrate. I'll be very honest with you, old chap. Were I not a gamer, were I not someone who creates gaming videos for a living, gaming streams for a living, I would switch to Linux. I would. Because if all you do is make Word documents and Excel sheets and PowerPoints, browse the internet through your favorite web browser, if that's all you really do, just relatively generic stuff of a computer, pretty much any distribution of consumer Linux is fine. You'd barely notice any difference. Barely notice it. Well, aside from having fewer issues in general. But some of the games I play simply are worse or unavailable on Linux. And that continues to be the case. Every time one gets added to it, there's another one that comes out that isn't added to it. So that's a straight up incompatibility. Likewise, there are a handful of programs where the programs I know and I'm used to, that I can rely on, that have all the right settings and whatnot, do not have a good enough equivalent on Linux. And I don't say this as someone who has looked at Linux and gone, oh, well, I don't feel like it. I use Linux, I was forced to use Linux for years growing up because my dad is very anti-Windows. Very much so. Boy, howdy, did I have to fight with Linux in those earlier years. Just to try and enjoy the things that my friends were doing.
Cruise ship reactor has detonated. Pretty.
Oh, did I have to fight with it. So I've had the experience of where the lines are drawn. I've had the experience of where the issues come in. Things have certainly improved in areas, and that's why I say again, it is my career and main hobby which pulls me away from it. That is the long and short of it. If enough of the consumer market moves over, it may encourage more game developers to also move over to support that side. Well, it's not happened in the last 20 years. Stop aiming at the wrong part of that ship, damn it. Can't say, what if my adventures with Linux finished and being blocked access to everything on the system? Oh, that's fun. I remember the joys of trying to get early Minecraft working on the Ubuntu release I had. That was definitely fun because, I mean, just working with Java in general is usually a bad day if you have problems with Java. But then to have problems with Java whilst running Linux, and therefore a lot of the information support is vastly inferior for the consumer side of things. Yeah. That was not fun. And the last thing we should really be telling... Oh, it's so close to a kill shot. The last thing we really should be telling people who are not computer savvy is to start poking around in the guts of the software, hoping to make it work for a video game. I've seen the wherewithal of your typical gamer. I have seen just how far the bell curve goes. Believe you me, I would not recommend that to the average.
We have company. Premier cruise ship on scope.
I've also seen firsthand what happens when someone who thinks they know about computers, but really doesn't, is allowed unlimited access to fiddling.
On remaining
That man bricked so many computers I didn't know was possible.
We have one
Really didn't
less
know.
cruise ship to be concerned with. Direct attention to remaining targets.
Alright, I don't think we got another one there. Nope.
Objectives met.
Alright. From Chalk saying, personally find it incredible. It's never given me any problems. It provided me much more value than Windows is for me. However, acknowledged a big part of that is not playing any games or using any software that doesn't work on it. Yeah. If you're fine with what you don't have access to, and are fine with what you do have access to, then of course it's going to be fine. That's the whole dots on the aeroplane meme graphic that goes around. Of, sure, yeah. If you're not getting hit in these places, you'll be fine. What do we get there? It's a Cryofile Mark III? Bastard. Alright. Alright. There's Merilec saying that's the problem. Catch-22 kind of studios justify active Linux development. There has to be enough users. And people don't want to switch because there's a lot of stuff people use every day that doesn't work on Linux. Exactly, yeah. One of the big ones that was raised by Linus Torvalds himself was that your average person doesn't want to install an operating system. And whether through marketing or otherwise, the most commonly installed operating systems are either Mac OS, because it's just on the Macs, or Windows. You go to your typical retail outlets for computers, for consumer computers rather than specialist hobbyist computers. The Linux option just isn't there. So when it's already a secondary thing, secondary work you need to do just to use your computer, yeah, of course that's just not going to get people's attention. And I dare say not for lack of trying. I don't doubt that some businesses have tried pitching the alternative. You don't have to buy a license. You know, it's all free. There's also the psychology of people distrusting free stuff. Weirdly enough. Yeah, with so much free information on the internet and free programs and free this and free that. Oh yes, yes, yes. But a free operating system? Well, it's got to be worse, right? Right? You and I know that's not the point. Not even close to it. But that is a wall that marketing runs up against with it.
Cruise ship reactor has detonated.
People have experienced discounted and free and found it wanting in various ways. It only takes a couple of those experiences and someone becomes very resistant to the idea of an entire computer software being free. There's a lot of barriers in its way, both in implementation, mass market reach, and then also being sufficient for users like myself. Free doesn't mean scam? I know free doesn't mean scam. Free means free and scam means scam. So now tell someone who's had all of the warnings of viruses in their downloads, and don't go to dodgy sites and things you don't understand. Be safe. Don't. If it sounds too good to be true, it probably is. Blah 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 blah. You then tell someone like that, okay, so instead of the two main big companies you know of that produce all these softwares, there's this community-created stuff which is completely free and shared between so many people, just maintained by people who feel like maintaining it. Oh, but it's totally fine and safe and good. For those who don't know, if you actually are pitching them something good or not, that's got all of the hallmarks of, oh, hang about. What the hell are you trying to get me to install on my computer? I've come across dafter arguments than that plenty, don't get me wrong. Including some people who claim that, with no basis of this, I'll point out, they were claiming that there's no way that Linux could be legal because if it's free, clearly they've stolen stuff from Microsoft. That genuinely was an argument someone used with me. There was no resolving that one. When someone hasn't rationalized themselves into a position, you can't rationalize them out of it. It just ain't gonna work. Steam Deck's little push, you can play on Linux Lite. Yep, Steam Deck will make a dent. Absolutely. We'll see where it goes in the future now. Pretty wild reasoning there. Hey, I didn't say it was a sensible person. I just said it was the argument they used. Does that person use Android phone with Chrome browser? No idea, because I don't speak to them. Haven't spoken to them in...
Direct attention to remaining targets.
16 years? I'm doing my math right? Might be 15 years. Again. I've had all... Oh my god, another Pulsar Mark IV. No! I was fiddling with Linux before some of my viewers were born, so, you know. Again, not a rookie to all this. Not a rookie. No, for all the issues people have with Microsoft and Windows, and believe you me, I get it. By and large, I have had fewer issues in a decade of using Windows than I had in a year of using Linux. And I was using the up-to-date Linux Ubuntu's with long-term support, yada yada. I wasn't using some super niche distro. I wasn't trying to do crazy things with them. Certainly not getting into modifying various kernels and whatnot or anything crazy. Just wanted to play the games. Friends, just wanted to use the programs that people were recommending. Just wanted to do the stuff that had the guides. What do you mean when I make a do my homework on one program, but then send it over to the school computers? It's now just destroyed all the formatting. Oh, that's great. Oh, here's this format that says it'll allow me to maintain the formatting. Does it? Did it, heck. Issues which no doubt have been resolved and others crop up. Again, that's all a hard sell. Chuck's saying, to be fair, it's also improved so much with time. Oh, many things have. And then many other issues continue to present themselves in my particular use cases of the internet. Computers. Like I say, to the average person nowadays who is not involved in gaming, who is not involved in higher-end production industry on their computer, if your use of a computer is pretty much the internet, its associated apps, and an office suite, yeah, you don't need to pay for Windows. You're fine. You'll be absolutely fine. And I say this because my, bless her soul, not very tech-friendly mother. Oh boy. Not very tech-friendly at all. Survives just fine on Linux. Any issue she has with it is an issue she'd have had with Windows and Mac and basically any other representation of a computer as well. Like, where has the word processor gone now? Well, where was it before? I don't know! She's got a lot better than that. Used to be like that, she's got a lot better. Yeah. There's a Linux suite called OpenOffice, as it is. It's called... actively supports Windows suite format. I mean, fair enough. Square was saying tech literacy is something that should be taught in school. What, by the teachers who are definitely tech literate? Those teachers? They're the ones that should be teaching at Square, though? Yes, I see that going well. Are there any other topics you feel like teachers should be teaching and are not already teaching? Things that teachers definitely know enough about outside of their own specialisms to adequately teach. Things that they'll be given the time and resources to adequately teach. Things that won't be co-opted by whatever teaching bodies' beliefs, let alone evidence-based recommendations. Those teachers and lessons. You think Linux is gaining ground slowly? Maybe it is. It's only been decades. What could possibly go wrong? France and Brazil are changing to Linux? So I've heard, yes. Or at least they're changing to a distribution of Linux. Because that's the thing with quote-unquote Linux. And it's another part that throws a lot of consumers off. There isn't one Linux, is there? It's not like you can, what would be a good comparison? You know, you go to the tap, you get a glass of water, you turn on the cold tap, you get a glass of water, you turn off the tap. Water is hot. But then someone tells you, no, the tap water is bad here, for whatever reason. The water companies aren't looking after us, blah, 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 whatever reason. It's an analogy. Roll with it. It's also a reality for a lot of people, but let's not get into that. And so you're like, okay, well, I need to switch over to bottled water. Alright, so which bottled water do you go for? Because bottled water isn't just one thing like tap water. It's not a case of you use it or you don't. There's so many different bottled brands. And do you need the electrolytes? Well, do you need the spring water? Do you just get the cheap bottle from the market that calls itself just water? What is it you're supposed to be buying? Now multiply that by all the complexity of computers. Not water.
Cruise ship down. That clears up some space.
Catkey will say it's a half-empty cup kind of thing. Some people see it as choice paralysis, others as having more choices. Right. And for the average consumer, who doesn't want to try and figure out all these things, who you're trying to pull away from, but Windows just works. It's then okay, so which one should I be picking? Why are there so many? What's the differences? What makes one better than the other? How much of this am I supposed to care about? Which ones are going to have the programs I need? Which one's going to have the updates I need? Which ones are actually safe again? What country did you say made this? You don't know? Okay. Well, wait, who's in charge? If it were so simple as just switch, it would have happened. Can that one stop exploding? Wow, the Shatterburst hits... Not Shatterburst, the Blackout Pulse hits so many ships, I actually couldn't see through it the entire charge time. Including held. God damn. Oh... Yeah, I need to be a little bit more careful with my Blackout Pulse. That Blackout Pulse lasts a long time with this many fighters still alive. It's not like normal mode where the fighters just get shredded in the first few seconds. Chuck saying, here's the trick. Differences are minimal, mostly non-important to most users, unless we're talking about Arch. Oh, what's Arch? Is that, like, more powerful? That's a rhetorical question. And then one over here. It's moving, but that'll be easy. It's not moving very fast. There we are. Oh, what part of it did I hit? I thought I hit the front of the nacelle there. That's weird. There we go. That was a weird one.
Cruise ship reactor has detonated. Pretty. Enemy in retreat. Surviving Grenier will spread the word. Mission resolved.
There we are. Alright, what did we get then? Have we found any new ones? Nope. I've got a Carcinox, Pulsar, Photor, APOC, another Pulsar. But not new just yet. Buddy, didn't I go back and repair a Pulsar and I found 2 more Pulsars? That's oh well. Actually, did I get a Zetki or did I get a different one? Let's go back. Now I've got so many, I think I might have the full suite to compare against. There we are. No one's recommending us for a new user? True. A large amount of it, as I've hopefully communicated so far, really does come down to the marketing of it, the questions of it, the simplicity for the user to simply pick something up, knowing that they are getting themselves a product that works, that won't cause them problems, issues, scams, or otherwise. It is the difficulty of communicating that to people to make it all saturate the market. And don't overlook just how much of a pull there is from the average person to have what other people have. So, as usage increases, it will curve upwards, if indeed it continues to be a worthwhile thing for people to invest into. It will curve upwards as more and more people see it in use, hear about it in use, hear that their friends or family or co-workers or governments are using it, and go, okay, well, I can give that a try. Yeah. Now, the one thing I do wonder about with Linux, because this is something from, unfortunately, very out-of-date knowledge, is that one of the biggest pros of Linux, way back, was you practically don't even need to worry about an antivirus or firewall. I mean, you'll still have them, but you almost don't need to worry because everything's expecting to find a Mac or a Windows computer. So as soon as your Linux one connects, there's just no virus for it. I imagine that not only has that already changed, but will change more and more to the point of being the risks are equal. Alright, let's see. Yeah, I did indeed get a Vidar, which is currently repairing. And I can just cancel it and just have everything back where it was. Okay, but let's just... I can't directly compare here, so let's see. Fire rate 33, 3333. Okay, yep, that's all the same. Heat 10, 10, 20. I don't know why I can see the heat accretion right now, but this is great. So the Zetki here has double the heat generation of these other two. Zetki comes with 20% crit, Vidar is 28, and Lavanna is down at 19. Lavanna is 31 status to 21 and 32. Interesting. Zetki is more status than Lavan. Didn't know if that was standard. Okay. And then base damages here. Zetki is 1149 to 946 and 883. That is a chunk. But the question is, which one is technically the best? Heat accretion I don't consider a problem. As much as it is a cooldown, especially for the NPC crew, for ourselves, it's fine. Yeah, it's fine, Ali. People are just throwing in their hats into the ring. Well, let's see. Let's go to the modding I'm using, because this is my turret modding to get the most value out of the turrets. That was the all-purpose, which makes the ship faster and whatnot, but I have been focused on turrets at the moment to get just that extra bit out of them. Let me notepad this, because I can't keep looking at this when I switch over. So I'm currently using plus 72% turret heat capacity. I know it says 18, but NPC crew use my aura as well, so I actually get that 4 times over. I've got plus 50% crit chance. That's irrelevant right now. Plus 50% crit damage. Range and projectile speed, so plus 25.3% range, plus 55% projectile speed. Doesn't really matter all that much, but do need to keep in mind that I have been using that this whole time. I've got a 1.27 times versus Grenier at the moment. Remember to switch that when we move over. I have a stacking turret damage bonus. I'm going to skip over that one for now. Let's just focus on the flat 75% turret damage. Theoretically, that should scale with all guns identically, so I shouldn't need to worry. It's mostly the crits that mess with the math. Was there any other turret modding I would consider? There's no sentience, turret damage, turret crits, we've already got those. Yeah, not a fan of these bonus damages when you've got high hit points, because you usually need the damage more when there's things shooting at you more. So, yeah. What do I have on my art gun and Archibex? Right now, not sure, sorry. There you go, take a screenshot. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Alright, going back to it now. Where was I? Yeah. So I don't think there was any more turrety bits on standard modding. 51% chance for turret critical hits to ignore enemy shields is an interesting one. Shields only really matter for shooting the corpus. Unless I'm misunderstanding what they mean by shields, which is very possible. D do love lying to us. So this feels like it shouldn't be a useful mod. 51% chance to turn your attack into technically a kind of a toxin attack. Okay. For a whole ass mod slot, not sure I want that. So that is the main bit there. We've got 50% crit chance, 50% crit damage. All the rest of it is universal benefits, or at least largely universal. So looking at those pulsar stats again then. Let's see. We've got matching fire rate on all of them, so we don't actually care about that. Damage varies, so Vidar, Levan, Zetki. Vidar is 883 damage. Levan 946. Zetki 1149. Crit chance modded 28 would become 56%. No, it wouldn't. That's 200%. I need 150. I'll get to that in a sec. Crit chance of 28. Crit damage 2 times. I don't think the crit damage actually changed on these. No. So, it's kind of not that relevant. This has a base 19%. And this has a base 20%. Yeah. And then status, Vidar is 21%. Levan is 31%. And this one is 32. Okay. Kakibul saying, do you would benefit from having someone with deep card game experience writing mod text? It doesn't even need to be deep card game experience. Just experience with technical vocabulary, with keywording. So when a word is used, a word means what it means consistently. I believe normally we just call that language. Good language skills, but there you go. Whether it's a card game, whether it's a board game, whether it is a tabletop game, video game, it doesn't even have to be a game. If something says something, it should always mean that thing wherever it is used, and wherever that intent is used, it should say the same thing. From Relic, because of the community aspects of Linux software, multiple contributors, kind of benefit and disadvantage, so many people contributing, goes to be audited before being merged into the base. Yeah. And again, it's all a community thing. There may be some amount of finances behind it, but hello and welcome to free software. It's not going to have the same processes behind it. pretty much just can't. But yeah. Okay, so taking simple damage numbers then, we don't need to worry about DPS numbers because the fire rate stays the same between these. Vidar 883 damage multiplied by the 20. So it's 1 plus 0.28, 28% crit chance, multiplied by 1.5 for the crit chance modifier, multiplied by, into parentheses, the critical damage of 2, multiplied by 1.5 because of the bonus we're getting, minus 1 for the base value. Take that all through on the math here. Average hits. Vidar, I am getting 1624.72. I'm just going to round that to 1625. Integer is enough for this. For Levan, 946 on the base. Base crit chance drops down to 19. Excuse me. The hit is now 1485, so that's worse. And for Zetki, 1149 with a 20% crit. Comes out to 1838. So despite having only a point more crit chance than the Van and much less than Vidar, the base damage is just so much more. Alright, Relic, take care. Have a good one. Oh, you finally have more endo than me, do you, Wally? Ah, okay. Wally, you mentioned the sculptures. Did you mention all of the wreckage? All of the wreckage? All of the wreckage. And that's just Mark 1, 2, and 3 stuff. I have another 55k just sat there. And I haven't touched onto the mods. Yeah. Now, out of curiosity, ah yes, Mark 4s are there. Mark 4 is, the same endo. They didn't upgrade the endo value to 300? Bruh. Bruh. Come on. That needs a bug report. I am going to spitefully report that one as a bug. Those should absolutely be 300 endo. It's 75 per tier. This has been well established, damn it. If you're gonna give us Mark 4, give us Mark 4. Anyway, yes, totally calm and collected response to that. Yeah, coming back to the pulsar, it shows that the damage per shot of the three of them here, Zetki just comes out ahead at damage per shot. And not by a small amount either. 1838 divided by 1625. That's a 13% increase. That is a 13% increase. And that is going to be a 13% increase in general DPS. It's not going to be a 13% increase in sustained DPS if you don't use the rank 9 gunnery perk. With the rank 9 gunnery perk, your downtime on firing is going to be very minimal. So overall, Zetki will be better for sustained DPS than the other two options here. Now, the status output on it being highest of all of them means we also immediately receive our answer. Which one's best for status? It's Zetki. Yeah. Its entire downside really seems to be it doesn't crit as much, but there isn't the modding to make that a big difference. And it builds heat. Oh no, you have to use your ability to get rid of all of the heat in 0.5 seconds. Boom bloody oh. So yeah, Zetki is straight up the answer on that one. And I imagine that's going to maintain itself throughout pretty much everything else. Let's see, we've got a bunch of Lathe here. Do we have all houses? We don't. Levan was the weaker of the group, so let's just compare. Levan, 31% crit to Zetki, 24? I thought Levan had lower on the pulsar. 19 to 20, yeah. Did they get the stats wrong on one of these? Let's check Photor. Do I have a mix of those? Yes, I do. Okay. Levan Photor, 14%. Zetki, 21% crit chance. That's not just a little bit higher, that's substantially higher. And status, no different. Also, the heat accretion on these keeps on showing as 0. I think it's something to do with the photons. They just... wrong number, I guess. Also didn't realise the photon supposedly has multi-shot. Okay. That just doubles the status output, technically speaking. That is a little weird. I'm not gonna lie, that is more than a little bit weird there. Okay. Have we got a whole bunch of Vorts? No, it's only Zetki there. What else have we got that we got a bunch of? Apparently nothing. Yeah, Zetki stuff really does drop a lot more here. If I go Levan Carcinox, and I can compare those. Okay, that's good. So Carcinox, Zetki has a point more crit, a point more status, more damage, the same fire rate, for just a little bit more heat. I'm gonna have to really pore over these numbers, aren't I? These aren't consistent house-based differences. Does that maintain over here? 13 to 13. Okay. 34 to 36 status. This one is slightly higher in status. And also slightly higher on the damage. Okay. Yeah. And then a bunch more crit for a bunch less status on the Vidar as we saw before, but for a bunch lower base damage. Yeah. If we go back to Pulsar, those had a decent comparison in the Mark 4s. So in the Mark 3, 17 to 17 crit chance, again matching, but with slightly higher status. Weird. And then this one, bunch more crit, bunch lower status, bunch lower damage. Okay, so it does seem like it's been relatively consistent to the existing stats, but it's still weird then. Lathe was the other one I had compared so far. So, Zetki 24. I don't have a Levan here, but I do have a Vidar where massively more crit. Big drop on the status, and yeah, the base damage just drops out the bottom of it. For 20% extra heat accretion? Oh, that's an easy pick. You'd go Zetki, yeah. Yeah, I'm really gonna have to dig hard and deep into these numbers, which, considering this, the way we farm all of these, that's gonna be a bunch of work. That is gonna be a bunch of work. Oh boy, howdy. Let's get back to that. Cannot waste a moment, apparently. Oh boy. Here we go. It's weird, Mark 4s don't show up as a tab on the wreckage screen. I guess D just didn't think of adding that UI element. It's very cool, Mark 4s were already a little bit of an afterthought. Like, they probably had some internal discussions about it ahead of time, it's just they weren't there on the immediate release, and it seemed like kind of a, oh no, people are struggling with Steel Path and they don't have Steel Path rewards. Or rewards that they feel are Steel Path worthy. We gotta give them something. I'm gonna be very honest with you, Constellations was not their best update. Whether it's the Railjack stuff, the new missions, the new frames, the new weapons. It was not their best update. But if that means that we get an amazing Briscoe update and all the rest of that, I'd rather do it that way around. I wouldn't mind a little less in the interim updates if it was a good less. Well, I guess that's always the trade-off, isn't it? You know? Where does one draw the various lines? Maybe it's one signature weapon rather than two shoddy ones. Say it. There is a lot of screen shake on this gun, by the way. Woo!
Rainier cruise ship has translated in sector. I am seeing a lot of fighter shrapnel.
Yeah, if you don't like screen shake from your guns, this is not the gun to use. Yeah. You've been playing the older content? Honestly, not a bad shout. Not a bad shout. I will say this is a good source of Mark III gear, so if you're in a position to have a friend carry you, you can very quickly equip your railjack with good stuff. Even if you don't get Mark IVs, and you will, you're going to get plenty of the Mark IIIs.
Cruise ship reactor has detonated. Pretty.
Next cruise ship. Moving with a lower lateral. But not enough.
One cruise ship.
And they have been rather ambitious recently, haven't they, Keyboard? Yeah. I dare say they're probably running into issues as to what the hell theme do we do next to distinguish our frame. Because all of the very basic stuff of, oh, well, let's have a fire frame. We got a few. Ice frame, got a couple of those. Lightning, yeah, we got a few though. Oh, okay, what else? Well, we can do one based on the sun. No, radiate. Okay, what about? Ah, yeah, like the sea. No, wait. A few bits on that. What if we did various animals? Oh, no, we got quite a bunch of those now.
Fighters neutralized.
Gun frame? I mean, technically titanium? Technically. Bike frame when? I mean, they allowed everyone to use the bike, so I mean, go for it. Mayonnaise frame? Oh, we've already got the whack-a-melon. Yeah, we don't need two of those. Can you get help with killing your Kuvelich? It's already in the Raljak mission. I can't remember if people can actually join you on that if they don't have their own Kuvelich there. I'm going to be honest with you. But, largely speaking, high crit weapons, aim for the head, and invisibility is your best friend. That would be my general recommendation on that. Alright, did we get... Oh, not a single mark for that run. Oh well. Boop, 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 boop.
Another job well executed.
There's a fan concept about a Void Angel or Incarnate Frame. I can see that, yeah. The difficulty beyond it as well is not just having the theme, but how that theme is implemented in a way that is playable, to be quite honest. Playable as in it's worthwhile to cast your abilities. Playable as in it is convenient to cast your abilities. Playable as in it doesn't affect other people's ability to play the game. Playable as in you don't get affected by other people playing the game in a normal fashion. The toughie. They used to do fan concepts at one point. I think they've only done like 1 or 2 fan concepts technically. Like they've taken fan votes on stuff, but even then, not much. And to be honest, I am fully on board with that. I have seen the ideas people come up with on Reddit. Please never give them the ability to vote on anything in the game. Good lord. The number of times I see people asking for an augment slot is diabolical. It completely misunderstands why an augment exists in the first place and what should be the balancing of an augment mod. Completely misses it. Or is just begging for more.
Boom. Cruise ship eliminated. Focus on remaining targets.
A bit of an aside, I will say one funny bit with regards to Zaku, the whole, you know, quote-unquote broken Warframe, because multiple broken Warframes reconstituted into one. The number of angry comments I got on the Zaku guide video about calling a frame broken, like, oh my god, everyone refers to frames as broken these days, everything is broken, like, this one literally is the broken frame. That's not a power rating, that's a theme, my guy. That's a theme. Surprising number of people didn't get that. That went over some people's heads. Yeah, that was a fun one. Reddit frame extremely loud but doesn't achieve much. So Ember.
Look alive.
I know I've heard some people with that. Oh dear, poor Ember.
Cruise ship has gone bye-bye.
Have I seen Pablo tread on Ember change his heat inherit? I saw there was a bit of a thread naught from Pablo. 10 posts was it? It's like, dude, stop using Twitter. At this point, just stop. Post an actual blog post somewhere. Put it on the official goddamn website.
Being called off. Excellent.
I'll be honest with you, I'm a little exhausted on official, unofficial communications with regards to the development of games. Just
One less cruise ship to be concerned.
how many different areas are we supposed to be keeping track of stuff? If they have something to say, make it official, and if it's not posted officially, well, stop talking about it in official capacity. What did I just do to that health bar? Why is it white? Huh? Did I just turn that into an object instead of an enemy? Did I kill everyone on board by accident? What? Huh, that's weird. Yeah. Catkeeper saying he mentioned reasons he doesn't want to make a full rework and why the reluctant changing stuff like Heat Inherit. Fair enough. I mean, if they're reluctant to change Heat Inherit because people riot, well, unfortunately that is kind of the reality of people suck. I'm going to be honest with you. Oh, a broken mechanic was taken away from me. I'm going to throw my toys out the pram. If it's because it's too technically difficult to fix, then fair enough. They're dealing with technical debt at this point as to how does one implement the things they implement. You would imagine? You would imagine it shouldn't be that much, but then you get into wild stuff. But yeah, as for Ember, I'll be honest, reworking any frame, I hear people calling for reworks of basically every frame that isn't your S tier stuff. People call for reworks for the most wild of reasons, because at the end of the day, people is everyone. And if we act like everyone is one individual calling for everything, we're going to rapidly run into the Goomba fallacy. Yeah. Kaki will say he wants to and has ideas for it, but is reluctant because of the 1% that use it. Game design by Committee of the Angry. Ellie's suggesting remove the grief but keep the buff. I mean, it's a nice idea. It depends if that's what they actually want, if that's the bets they want to encourage, if that's the direction they would like people to go, if that is in line with the balance that they would like to apply to abilities and to weapons. It's all well and good to say, oh, make everyone happy. Just take away the downsides and keep the upsides. That is a very runaway strategy of feature creep. Not removing it at all is still allowing that to be used? Yeah. Within limitations to things they have to work around. You don't see how it's... Okay. I don't really want to get into a long defense of why Pablo should or should not do whatever on game design at this point in time. I'm going to be quite honest with you. The mentality of some people are using a thing, so fuck it, just buff it and give everyone it. Sure, if that's what position you want to have Ellie, I'm not going to fight it right now. That is such an involved topic that I just don't want to begin on it. Post it on Reddit. They love that kind of stuff. Alright, now let's see about getting this cryopod. Because it has been hiding away. I haven't even got a Mark III in this grouping of it. We'll have to double check the drop tables after this mission. I know it drops here. I'm gonna have to double check. Come on, spawn. Steel path. There we go. That's going to go burst for a while. Whilst it does that, we get into position. Camera go burr because I rolled. And 3, 2, 1. Plop. Yeah. Hello, Alsu. Hope you're doing well today. Little update for you, Alsu. I've set up the pings for the tornado plan. Got a chance, just a single chance, to try it with a single comment. Unfortunately, did not hit. Complete miss all 8 guns, so not sure if my plan's going to work. But we'll see on that. For everyone who doesn't know what I'm talking about, I'm very specifically using only half the words.
Enemy pilots are panicking. Keep it up.
Also knows what's up there.
Crew ship down. That clears.
See, that's what I was planning there, Alsu. I had the pings in the right spot there. Annoyingly, this particular one was someone wasn't even intended for the catch there. Pull some Mark III, dang it. But it's more just scout spotted, someone appeared AFK, I moved ship into position, and the moment I arrived to do the shot, it turns out they weren't AFK. They were just sitting still for some reason. Don't give me a photo, I already have a million of those. I'm checking the drop tables after this.
Multiple bogeys. Man the guns.
Ah. Yeah, I know, Alsu, I know. I've run the numbers, and there's a lot I can hit, there's a lot I can't. It mostly relies, unfortunately, on people making some kind of mistake, which is never a good PvP game plan. We'll see how that goes.
The enemy have called in a cruise ship.
It's only a 140mm ship, so whatever. Donk. Got another cruise ship over there. Paint it. Slap it. There we go. Looking for the next cruise ship. I can't see it. Should be able to paint it with plenty of props. I don't actually know if Lavos's passive applies here to the status duration. That's something I'm going to have to look into. Because if Lavos can make things like punch procs last a lot longer, that could be useful. That is definitely something to investigate. Hello, sea rabbits. Guess what happened? You've had land rabbits. What's happened? Nice, the cruise ship to fly towards the death laser. Oh yeah, they do that.
Cruise ship down.
What's happened, sea rabbits?
Up some space. The enemy is no longer
Get ready for a long talk?
threat. Your tactics
No.
sound. Resolving mission brief.
I'm sure we can make this fair and manageable to everyone. Cryophon! Yes! Yes! Okay, it's a Vidar, not the worst, not the best, but that's fine. Let's get back, let's build it. Let's have a look at the deets. Yours. Cheers, squad. Which map was this? Sova Strait. Sova Strait, the lowest level Earth Steel Path mission, is ideal for farming because you've got no boarding objectives, no crazy shield generators to deal with, or healing sphere, nullifier bubble style stuff. Just cruise ships and fighters, pure, unadulterated drops. It's basically Gyan Point, but instead of it being a massive credit farm, it's a massive Mark IV weapon farm, which is brilliant. Alright, button. Wrong thing, go here, Mark IVs. Where are you? There it is. Okie dokie. Let's investigate. What did I get? 39.5%. Not an amazing roll, but not a terrible one. Let's hit the repair on it. I probably have enough materials. And away it goes. Oh, I remember now. When it says 1 hour to completion, isn't it a 2-hour repair timer? Now I think about it, if I inspect this real quick. Okay, I inspected it, but it didn't actually give me the timer. Let's just scrap this then. 300? In what? Might grab a just any old Mark III. Scrap says 225, and any old Mark IV 300. But when I go here. Oh no! Oh, they updated the photo. Okay, which ones didn't they do then? Now I know for 100% it is a bug. Let's see. Why are you coming up? Such IV. Anyway, Mark 3. I think it is just the Carsonox, isn't it? Oh, driver. I see it now. Yeah. Yeah, I think it is just the Carsonox that's this bug. Okay, never mind. Well, that's fine. So it turns out, yes, indeed, the Mark IVs do give you 300. Like I said, they should have been doing. It is just a Carsonox bug, and for whatever reason, that just... Yeah, it's just up the top here, so that's what threw me off. Okay. Well, that's a lot better. Now I can narrow down the bug report to just the Carsonox is wrong, rather than all of them are wrong. That's good news. That is good news, after all. 75 extra endo for everybody. Enjoy it. Alright, so from Sea Rabbits, built Vidaria Prime to damage machine, got some good stats, dealt a bunch of damage, tested it on the Babao Xmas from Hex, was dealing 5.9 million per second as Sight 9. Nice! Well, that's working out for you. Oh, don't worry, Alsu. Energy companies saying you're inefficient, they're just measuring the amount of energy you use. They don't actually know if you're efficient or not. they're just measuring energy usage and going, oh, well, you're using a bunch. Is this supposed to be happening? The answer is yes. Yes, it is. Bah. Anyway, yeah. That was just bug. You know what? Let's just report that bug right now. Don't need to think over it any further. At least I definitely can't forget if I report this now, so... Here we go. And instead of... let's add a screenshot to it. Actually, we can do the screenshot better by adding in this. Done. And done. Bug reported. There we go. Making the game better. 175 endo difference at a time. You're welcome, chat. Okay. Alright. Well, where's that thing that I viewed but don't actually need to view? Yeah, we don't need this extra Z-key photo. Give the endo instead, plus. There we are. Why are they showing as... not whatever. Whatever. Okay. So, at this point, I now have the cryophon, which leaves only the Glacio left to get. At least to have one of everything. And I didn't need to check the drop tables for the cryophon in the end at all. Let's see. Glacio Mark IV. There should be a good one. Z-key drops from... oh yeah, it's the Weavers again. Back to the Weavers. Okay. Glad I could help you there, Mirai. I know every bit of endo matters to you. Right, let's head on into this, shall we? Let's go take out more of the Weavers. So, when it comes to these corpus missions, because they can drop from every single one of them, in terms of farming, the best one is to go for the ones with the least objectives you need to attend to. But beyond that as well, you can also just abort the mission if it doesn't give you what you want. Now, in terms of the Glacio Mark IV, Z-key drops from Weavers. It can also drop from Orm cruise ships. But the Vidar only drops from cruise ships. And the Levan also only drops from cruise ships, but not from the Orm cruise ships. And Orm, I believe, are... yeah, the Veil ones. So... it gets a little weird there. It gets a little weird that the top tier item of a particular school cannot be obtained from the top tier mission. Go figure on that. Go figure. Alright. As I don't really care which one I get, and honestly actually I kind of care that I get Z-key. Z-key is largely going to be the best from preliminary investigations. Means then we can just kind of farm the fighters. It's the Weavers, the ones that do the spinny at the front, like that one there, that have the chance of giving us what we want. As we can see with this mission, I don't know if it's always the way like this, I'll have to double check on that, but I think this mission is always destroy the security nodes. So if you do want to actually then follow through with the mission to take home your loot, whatever you farmed up, it's a very easy process of shooting off those security nodes, and then you're good, you just go through. Quick exterminate, in and out, job's good. Enjoy your profit. Think it depends on squad size? I thought it was based on mission. I could be wrong on that. I could have sworn it was based on mission. Alright, let's line up on the cruise ship. Get ready to obliterate it.
Situation evolving. That ship is nothing without its crew. Launch ram sleds.
Okay, I released the fire. It didn't fire. Let's try that again, shall we? Beautiful. Let's charge up the shot. Good. There we go. 2 cruise ships taken out. And that's probably going to be all of the cruise ships that this mission will spawn. Borders have been repelled. That's nice. I didn't even pay attention to that. That's good. But now it's just a fighter farm. We can see we didn't get the bits there. If you did want Lavan or Fidar, at this point you just have to quit the mission. There's no point running the mission through. You won't have the reward you want. There's nothing else that can drop it now. So you just quit. I'm in Steel Path? Yeah. We can tell by the fact that these fighters aren't immediately dying. But yes, they're level 56. This is definitely Steel Path. I know that might sound a little weird, 56 Steel Path, but it's true. That works here. As ever, having their comms cut off as I'm shooting them. Little grim.
Launch ram sleds.
Nah, you don't need ram sleds. You don't need to send ram sleds at me, it's fine. Damn, that thing was fast for a moment. Boy, the Shadow Burst, which should help deal with the ram sleds a bit. Never mind!
Visitors, your short
They pulled that one off. Well done.
Alert. Fires. Alert.
I'm so used to having highlights turned on.
Fire torpedoes.
Where's the other one? Oh,
Flames extinguished.
must have missed him.
Secured. Good work.
What turret is that? Which one? The one I'm using on here? This is Talon. My side guns are Carcinox, and the main gun is, of course, Tunguska. Can't be anything else. Glacio! Glacio! Alright, we're doing the mission then. Another first time run. Love it. Game's been feeling generous today. Seeing as we don't actually need to shoot in your fighters, because I've now got everything they can give me, I might as well just board the ship. Drop the Shadow Burst into the middle, that'll take out a bunch of nodes at once. Oh, it's beautiful. Finish off that node there, and in we go.
Launch torpedoes. Proceed to the primary objective. Tenno disembark.
Ta-da!
Lotus.
I'm streaming to fill with math then. Or I can farm up the other houses. Up. This is where the fun begins. Getting all houses guns. Might not be a recommended, but I do kind of need them to run the numbers between the houses, because I can't rely on community data for this one. How many people are farming the more obscure ones to get the data reliably? That could be a little bit of a pain. I also want to test if Lavos does affect the status duration of the guns, which, if so, makes Lavos even better at being a railjet Warframe than I've been able to say before, because puncture procs now matter. We don't care so much about the toxin procs, but the puncture procs, they actually matter quite a bit here. That damage bonus is not to be sniffed at. Supposedly it's 9% multiplicative with itself, so if you have 2 procs it would be 1.09 times 1.09, 3 procs times it again, 10 procs, you gain some crazy potential scaling. I need to verify if that's true. I need to verify if that affects the Tunguska, and if it does, What are the breakpoints involved? Are there any breakpoints we can measure in any capacity? These are the things we need to know. And it gets much more difficult to test with every additional variable and detail. Alright, Mirror you take care. Catch you around. Now, something I've not yet mentioned today, I've hinted at there's an announcement coming out tomorrow on the Discord, and just in various other places I'll be posting it, of course. But Friday's stream, we've had a couple Soulframe streams in a row. We're not going to have Soulframe on Friday, y'all. Nope. We're going to have Warframe again on Friday. And I am going to be going over to Duviri. Not somewhere you often see me go. Not to the circuit, to Duviri itself. All of that will become more clear tomorrow. At the very least, you got that you can look forward to. And questioning, why the hell would I be going over there? What's happening there? What's important on Duviri? You'll see. You'll see, indeed. It takes a while to get this exterminate done with this gun, doesn't it? Oh well. Nearly there, nearly there. Take out you. 3 more. 2 more. 1 more? Okay. There we are. Let's get out. Let's start building that Glacier. And we can escape. No. I thought I was on encounter mode there. My bad.
No muss, no fuss. Tagging vessel for salvage. Plotting
There we go. Zetki Glacier Mark for variety. Oh, it is beautiful. Would you love to see it? Let's get this back to the dry dock. Why was a random weaver equipped with a blueprint for repair? Or not a blueprint, a damaged Glacier Mark IV? No idea. No idea. Does the level solvent post tie in? Nope. Nope, that was honestly just a shower thought, Asriel. That was just a shower thought idea. Just, yeah, making noise. Okay. Nope, not leave dojo. I need to dry dock. There we are. Okay, Glacier. You see, I've got a Vidar Glacier Mark III, I've got Levan and Zetki Glaciers Mark II and 3, and now a Zetki Glacier Mark IV. In fact, we can quickly compare deets on these. So, fire rate 1.5, same. Reload, same. Accuracy, range, heat generation, all of that same. Crit chance goes up by 3 points. Crit damage doesn't move. Status chance, 3 points. And then the main damage, 3,476 instead of 2,738. Oh, okay. If I'm looking at this right, that's a 27% increase. Interesting. No, Asriel, no. Nothing Pathfinder or Starfinder related coming up from yours truly just yet. No. Maybe in the future it'll be something I work on, but no current plans on that. Am I seeing these numbers buffed by modding? If I hit that, please tell me I'm not seeing numbers buffed by modding. No, that does look like what the number should be. If I take that 47, switch back to the gunner main. Here we go. Take that 47 and equip it. 94. Yeah. 94? 94? Maybe I am misremembering how numbers work. But 94 to 47. 94 is double 47, right, chat? I don't think I need my calculator for that one. 47 times 2 gives you 94. Not plus 50%, not 1.5, 2. So if it says it has 47% here, for its crit chance, and a 2.5 crit damage, that shouldn't then be 94% and 5 times, which is double. Where are those other stats? Am I just not reading it here? That's just damage. 360 engagement. That's the slingshot. That's Arcwing stuff. For melee, of all things. Necromech gun damage. Heat accretion. Overheat recovery, which actually becomes irrelevant later. Also more slingshot distance. Arcwing buffs. Heat sink flushing. Snapping aim. No, none of that is it. No. I don't know. Okay, let's have a look. If I switch off of the gun buffs, which is this one, let's see. Yeah, I've got no crit modding on here. This then is 47 2.5. I switch to these. 94 5 times. Is that every weapon? If I check my other Mark 4s for starting point, it says 14% 2 times modded. Sorry, unmodded. Double. Mark 3s. 17 and 2 becomes 34 and 4. Okay. 1577.5. Take off this. Wait, no, what was that one? That was the wrong one, wasn't it? Take off that. Hang about. That's not right either. This is plus 75% turret damage. My current weapon, as selected here, has 631. When I upgrade this with the turret damage, goes to 1577.5. You do not need to be a genius to figure out that 1500 is not 75% more than 631. It's actually 150% more. Did I miss a feature where just Plexus mods are double the power? Because that's now 3 different mods applying literally double the values they say they should. So I'm saying apparently yes. Apparently yes to which bit? That I missed it, that it's how it works, or that apparently someone did get a rabbit after all. Plexus. Controller for double. Nope. Twice. Nothing. It's a known thing. Okay. Y'all just sitting on mods doing twice the effects here. No one's letting me know I'm running the wrong numbers. Well, thanks, y'all. Much appreciated. Is it intrinsic? I looked. I didn't see anything there. Plexus mods I saw was a wiki page. See how these affect the Plexus. Look at that. Well, that's no. Wiki stats for them. Hyperstrike. The real bonus is twice the mod description. Known bug. Okay. When was that posted? Alright, cool. Not a lot of info on that. Alright. You saw someone mention it last time we streamed. Well, I didn't see that then, apparently. Why are there multiple mods just doing twice the effect of what they say on the mod? Like, I know I joke about D will lie to our faces about how things work, but this is a special kind of wrong. This is an impressive kind of wrong right here. How is it applying twice? That's weird. That is really, really weird. View history of this page. Let's see. Interlinking, Russian stuff, info box overrides, update mod, update tabling, icon rarity. What was the bit about bug? Okay, binary search. Let's see. Bug. Okay, it's within the last half of the edits. Narrows it down. Sooner than that, narrows it down. Sooner than that, narrows it down. Sooner than that, narrows it down. Oh, I completely missed a line on the edit history. That was actually the most recent edit. So that was only added to the wiki a month ago. There we go. Alright. So yeah. Poo-poo me not noticing sooner, I guess. But like, that's only added to the wiki as of a month ago. And these mods shouldn't have changed in any substantial fashion. Aside from if they broke something with the update that added it. Yeah. So I'm saying if only cheap shot applied twice. I mean, if it was plus 120%, who knows? It might roll around and make it accidentally cost twice every now and then. But yeah, that is weird that there's just multiple mods applying twice, and the fact that there's multiple of them makes me think that the Plexus might be applying twice. But if the Plexus is applying twice, at least to turrets, then what about these conditionals, like turret damage versus Grineer, or plus max shields for enemy kill for 10 seconds? Can I even see on the turret range the effect it's having there? Let's see, range, 4650, the Levan Pulsar, up from 3000. Or 650 divided by 3000. 55% increase. Turret range 25.3. Turret projectile speed 55. This isn't a. Okay. It's because of NPC crew, asks Moon. NPC crew shouldn't be affecting this screen in the first place, because we just aren't on the mission. We don't have the crew with us right now. But my understanding was the crew only had their own Plexus copying your mods, meaning only the aura copied over. Only new orders to copy over. From Infamous saying, hi, someone already let you know about using Galvacord instead of Seeker to bypass Corpus cruise ship shields. I hadn't really looked into that, I'll be honest with you. Galvacord, that'll be this, not this. I don't think I even have one, do I? Hold on. No, Galvacord. Or Galvark. Wait, that's a melee weapon. Oh, you don't mean Galvacord. You do mean Galvark. Okay, alright. Let's see here. So, arc weapon discharges massive stream of incendiary energy, latching and firing up to 3 enemy vessels. Okay, I take it that's supposed to chain through and hit the shield drone. Is that what you're going for? And yeah, if you're not using Photal, that can work, absolutely. There is an alternative way of doing it, though, where you don't need to run that. And I can demonstrate. Let's go with... it doesn't really matter, I'm just going to grab a mission. I've just demonstrated... Actually, no, I do need one with shield. There is another way to handle it. See, the big thing that a lot of people will come across is that those shields just continuously rotate around, and unless you have a way to penetrate them, you're just not getting anywhere. I think I have the talent... Yeah, I have the talent equipped. It doesn't actually say anywhere which one I have equipped. Oh wait, no, this is Pulsar. Still good enough for the demo. Come on, you sluggish thing. Move! There we go.
All Corpus craft. Engage enemy railjack.
Hello, hello, hello. Show me the shield that you've got on you. You got a shield? Yep, there it is. Okay, cool. So like, yep, we can't shoot it, we can't get through it. And as I go to aim at it, oh no, the drone swings around. I can't do anything about it. Problems, right? Part of those problems is because we got NPC crew. Engineer, engineer, go deal with the borders. With them taken off, nothing is now hitting the cruise ship, so the drone shouldn't be responding to me. Which means I can just shoot the drone. That's it. That's all you have to do. Just get the NPC crew to... Oh my god, they're struggling with the mission. Oh my god, what the fuck happened to all of you? It's a level 106. Get good. Oh, actually, they're doing a lot of damage. Never mind. I take it back. That is a lot of damage. What are they equipped with? Oh yeah. Ken, do you remember if crop quality crop quality affects the impact of gifts in Stardew Valley? Definitely not doing this because crop quality does not affect the impact of gifts in Stardew Valley. The likes that the various residents have, it gives you a flat friendship value gain or loss based on that item, not the quality of it. Yeah, I need that fixed so I can get full damage on this strike. Show me we're fixed. Okay, that did not fix this. Oh, I was a second too early on that. No. We need to get rid of the shields on that anyway. Alright, yeah, I need to get rid of the shield generators. There we go. Now I can actually shoot it. My bad. There we go. One shot. Did I get staggered out of that quicker? You just like that, it disappears. The drone moves not in response to the position of the railjack, but in response to damage being received by the cruise ship. Did I switch off of the turret blankets? Because that is a tough weaver. I am using the pulsar, which is not great. Oh yeah. Ugh. Yeah, this is a little bit of an intense mission, isn't it? Tech? I mean, it's just knowing how it works, and I've still been learning stuff about Railjack even in the last few days, the last couple of weeks. Oh yeah, it was last few days, because it was on the previous stream where I confirmed the weak spots of the Elite Outriders I hadn't seen before. Because usually it's not relevant, but now it is. Yeah, this isn't a Pulsar specific thing, Zom. You could use any gun for it. Any main forward gun. If you want to use the Pulsar, the Talon, the Lathe, the Vort, all of it is fine. All you need to do is not hit the cruise ship. You mean instead of doing this? Oh, so you don't mean Pulsar, you mean Galvark. Got it. Pulsar is the forward gun that I was just using there. If you don't mean what I was doing, then you... Yeah. Oh, you meant Photor? Cool, you're really doing great on this song. Really doing great for us here. Yeah, you can use Photor on the front still. Lower DPS, but it also has a punch through. Or you can use the Galvark. Or you can just not have anything shooting the cruise ship and just... blank. Pew! There. You know what? Bal makes an interesting point there. You don't need to learn the other guy's language if all you want to do is plant an axe in their head. Zom, do you want to plant an axe in my head? Is this what this has been building to this entire time? This is why you speak in Zomglish? You've just wanted to chop us all up, haven't you? The people I recruit as moderators. Plush axe. Oh, I see. I've been saying, just like the Galvark for ease of use, wanted to let you know if you didn't know about it. I'll be honest, I didn't know about it, so it's nice to know that is an alternative there. Let's see, can I just fabricate one of these right now? Yay! There we go. Let's just give that a try, you know? Let's just give it a try. How doth it feel? Because let's face it, the Tycho Seeker I've kind of stopped using as well. So, functionality is open. Alright. If you're a mod, you'd probably kick everyone, and that is why you're not a mod. Yeah. As I'm saying, they're still mostly using speed. There's other stuff to the rest of their comment, but I'm not going to read it out.
All corpus. Remind the Tenno whose territory this
This is so much more sluggish with the speed mods removed.
Disable all priority targets.
Alright, so there is the shield.
Fire
The drone is there doing its horrible things. I suppose I can just like try and go under? No, the drone does move around even on 3D. That's fine. We just do that.
boarding party intends to sabotage this.
Yeah.
Stop them.
Yeah, that
Fire.
no notes, full effect. Honestly, I don't see it having much of a use for pretty much anything else, but that right there. I just aimed it once at the thing and the drone was gone.
Situation critical.
Oh god, situation's always bloody critical. Stop chopping my ship! I paid good money for that, damn it!
Near cruise ship any day. We're coming apart.
Oh, shut up and fix it.
Not to nag, but in short order, everything that is inside this ship will be outside this ship.
I'm working on it, alright? I'm angrily telling people to fix things and... Ah!
Cyclops array. Lock weapons on railjack.
Give me my
Destroy
abilities, thank you. We are invisible. Hopefully that'll stop them shooting me long enough that I can get a full damage strike here. Bop! Full damage strike achieved. Start hitting other things.
Deploy a cruise ship.
Deploy the there. Where is it?
Reading large translation signature. Cruise ship.
Let's
The enemy have
approach it under cloak.
Let's take the fight.
Drone destroyed.
Launch ramp.
Ship disabled. The cloak's about to run out. There it goes. We're boarded. Come on, hit points. Hold together, hold together, hold together. Ah, shit, I didn't land a kill shot.
Cyclops array. Blow that railjack out of the sky.
There we go. The puncture blocks made the difference. And that is an immobilized ram sled. Let's kill it.
All pilots to your
And now we
ships.
go pop.
Launch tubes.
Hold on. Sorry, I slightly preempted it.
Eliminated. Ship secured.
There it is.
Hull breached. Life
There it is.
failing. Equip an Omni and patch that leak.
Yeah, this is a lot more intense than doing the low-level Steel Path mission. To say that we're getting almost the exact same rewards. And in fact, we've lost access to one of the rewards because this is the highest tier.
Good job.
Still doesn't make sense.
Cyclops array. You have them. Fire at will.
There we go. There we go. I don't even know why I'm shooting at those ones. I don't need to. We can do... Come on. That there. There we are.
Let's make this
Security nodes dealt with. Where is the cruise ship?
a cruise ship.
Oh, he's still sending it. Fair enough.
Cruise ship on scope.
There we go. God, this turret is not great. Stun it. Delete the drone. Delete the shields. Wrong side. Need to be on back side of it. Restun it, just in case it didn't think I was serious about it.
Active.
Cloak, so we don't get bombed.
Open fire.
Wrong gun. Restun everything again. And I think that was a kill shot. Was that not a kill shot? How many hit points is it left on?
Altering tactics.
Huh?
Launch ram sleds. Priority targets neutralized. Next up, capital ship.
Let's go to the capital ship, shall we? What have we achieved? Vought Mark 4, that's cute. But main thing is, let's board.
Defend it. We are burning. Deal with it.
Hello there, meow. Welcome in.
Cyclops array. Open fire. Then hell.
And we can... Oh, it's a survival. I don't actually want or need any of the rewards I picked up so far. Seek of All is cute and all, but whatever. I have them, so I'm just... I don't want to do a survival. We've demonstrated what we need to demonstrate. That's all I need to care about. Unable to recall, ship departing, get back on board. Okay. Well, that's a fun one. Huh. There we go. That worked. So I kind of want this mission, can't I? Oh. Cool. I'll take my 342 credits and the information gleaned. That'll do me quite nicely. Alright, back to dry dock, back to Plexus stuff. Let's see, so on the tactical, we've got Squad Renew and Battle Station. Squad Renew, I don't know why that's on there, to be honest. Warm up. Warm up's just largely better. Yeah, there's not really much else to consider for these. There's only a couple choices on some of these. Yeah, think I'll stick with these ones. Alright. Grenadier missions have 4 guns to give. 5 guns, because there's 9 types in total. APOC, Carcinox, Cryophon, Photor, Pulsar versus Glacio, Lathe, Talonvort. And we now have one of all of them. There we go. Okay, cool. Almost better until someone troller uses it during an objective. Well, that's why we don't play with arseholes. To put it simply. Yeah. Also, I think you only take your own modding in, so if someone's using form up, it's because they chose to. Isn't it? Isn't it? Yeah, because those are tacticals. Let me just double check. Arm, Plexus, tactical mods, blah blah blah. Don't consume resources. They have cooldowns. Blah 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 blah. Yeah. Also, it occurs to me, if the crew use a copy of your Plexus, which I believe they do, integrated mods provide passive bonuses to player and crew members, or mods play bonuses to the entire team and or Railjack. When playing with MC crew, they'll equip an exact copy of the host Plexus loadout, including the Plexus Aura mod. But crew don't use battle or tactical abilities. So if you want to have better crew on the guns, you yourself need to have the gunnery mods equipped. Was I on the... Hold on. Dude, I don't know. No, wait, yeah. If it's saying the stats there, was I on the all-purpose loadout a moment ago? Why is the Reformer icon here? Oh, because it's not actually there. It's not on this one, Macho Mouse. Because it's also not here on the battle. It is right there on the Aura. The UI they've created for it, for some reason, just carries through. Because, I guess, that was created long after they created the Plexus multi-mod layout UI. So yeah, it's a bug. It's a very harmless bug, but it is a bug. Yeah. Okay. So I think in terms of gunnery, we've got near enough the best we can get on that. Or critical hit replaces 3% of shields. Hold on. I don't recall ever using that. Let's see. What's got a good rapid fire and crit out of my currently built ones? Yes, that's not rapid. That's rapid and a 33% basic crit. I think that one's probably our winner for this. So 66% crit chance with a 12 times fire rate. That's gonna crit basically around about 8 times a second. Just out of curiosity, how did that fare in that mission that was moments ago kind of a struggle for the ship to hold it together? And because my crew should also have a copy of that, their crit should also benefit us. Theoretically, right? Yeah, I put a Ore Reformer on it way back when Ore Reformers were a thing, because of the different Railjack auras. But now that's all just Omniformer, it's different. Yeah, I just don't recall ever really needing to worry so much about shields. And I guess with the crits being where they are now, especially with the double effect mods for some reason, this might be worthwhile. And again, I've got slow ship because I chose slow ship, but it's fine.
This is Granum space.
Right. Let's just go straight to the cruise ship.
Target the freeloaders. Disable all priority targets. Launch ramp studs. Kill them hand to hand.
Man, stats do be fighting against each other here, aren't they?
A clumsy breach.
Now, if it's 0 hit points, can I still gain shields from it? No. Okay,
Crew, fire on board. Location.
so I do have to take into account that once I have shot it out,
Push all shields to the limit.
I lose the ability to shield tank off of it.
Full output.
But that was a pretty substantial amount of shields.
I am down.
Oh no.
Fires extinguished.
No. No, 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 no. Crew. 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 Stop dying. I don't pay you to die.
Clean up later.
I hardly pay them, but let's not talk about that right now. Yeah, that is a rapid way of recovering the shields. It doesn't seem to restore as many shields as I would have expected, but it restores them.
Launch torpedoes.
Not sure on the actual restoration. Is there another cruise ship I can test against? Oop, took a big hit there.
Hull breach.
Oh wow, that just went straight through me.
Immediate repairs.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to look back at that. I don't think that is healing as many shields as it's saying.
Omni required at hull.
We're gonna leave because I don't need to stay here for this.
Not a drill.
Hold on, hold on, hold on. Right, first of all,
Suboptimal.
let's see. It's not. Fortify fire, replenish 3%. Oh, is it 3% shields? I remember the big number. 3% of shields on hit. Okay. Yeah, if it's 3% and we're expecting a trigger of like 8 per second, that'd be 24% of shields per second. Assuming not taking damage in the process, which if you need to regen your shields, you are. Yeah, 3% shields per hit. And fire rate on that as it was. That does make some sense then. If I grab the clip that I just saved of that there. Just get that up on screen. Take a second for me to load it. Then I can show you all what's going on.
Stations. We can
Go. Right. So it was when we got knocked to 0 there, I then had this brilliant opportunity to recharge the shields where I wasn't taking damage because you become invulnerable whilst you're dying, ironically, because you can't be more than dead.
hull breach.
And I'm seeing a gain of what looks like 60 per hit. Because if that was a normal shield regeneration, it would be a thing over time. Is Galvak a new secondary attack? No. It's been around. It's been around. It's just, it kind of sucks. Aside from getting past a shield. Much like the Photor has terrible DPS until nothing else can penetrate a shield. So it gives us another thing to penetrate a shield with. Yeah, that is interesting. They're looking on the shield. We're getting 60 per shot. What's it seem to cap out at? And yeah, indeed, 2,000. So 3% of that is 60. Okay. Fair enough. So yeah, this case here, it didn't save me. I see shields have hit 0. It's like, oh shit, I need to hit something. Whatever was doing the DPS to me there, it was a lot more than I was healing. A lot more. Considering that is a regen of 8 lots of 60, it was 480 hit points per second. Yeah. Shields aren't that great. They can only do so much. They can only do so much. Especially as most of the defense is supposed to be in the armor here. Yeah, whoa! 89.8% damage reduction due to armor on a hull of 6,000 functionally. So we're nearly 60k overall health on the hull. And that got taken out in a couple seconds. Yeah, no amount of shooting was gonna fix that, was it? So on that basis, this may not be as good as it actually seems, because, like, sure, you get the regeneration of the shields, but the DPS incoming is enough to even care in the first place. That shield regen's not going to cut it. The shields account for, taking that example again, of 8x60, 480 hit point regen per second. Yeah, with like 60k hull. It would take 2 minutes? If I'm counting that correctly. Not counting any damage reduction might be on shields. Which there is 50%, so half that. It would take a minute of continuous incoming fire to fully destroy the hull at the rate that we could regenerate shields with the firing. Alright, that ain't great then, yeah. That ain't great. If it restored hull hit points on the crit, brilliant. It'd be 10 times as, no, 5 times as effective. But it's not, so it's not. Simply put there. Yeah, I think sticking with the faction mod is probably still best overall. Yeah. All the rest of this doesn't really matter in a way that matters. Rever Reducer, honestly not terrible, especially if you're running without NPC crew. If you're running a 4-man squad, Rever Reducer is useful. Otherwise, yeah, not really a lot. Is there shield gating for Railjack? Someone asks. Kind of? Where was it? Oh. Was... Where is it? Have I got it equipped and I didn't notice? Oh. I know there's a thing, I just don't know where I'm looking for it right now. You know what? I'm gonna search Wiki instead. This will be a better way of finding it. In the Plexus mods. Let's see. Because it can't be a thing you activate, because then it just won't be good enough. I know this exists. So say the percent on energy to shield restoration. Okay, cool. What's the mod? Like, tell me the stat is fine, but I need to know where I'm looking for it to confirm it. You're reading it from somewhere. Where are you reading it? I feel absolutely blind. It's a perk on the shield array. Oh, right. Yeah, there it is. There it is. plus 1500% of energy consumed using battle mods is converted to shields. There we go. Okay. Alright, yeah. And if you compare to, like, Vidar, the one I've got here on Vidar is redirect 50 energy to shields with every kill. What if you don't have energy? But also, 50 energy to shields, is that exactly 50? Because if so, that's going to suck. Again, has someone on the wiki done the studying so I don't have to? Or at least I have to remind myself. I don't want weapons, I want the components. Houses, notes, blah 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 blah. Ugh. Shield array. That was buried just in a completely different section. Whatever. Okay, unique traits. Yep, those are the unique traits. What about explanation? Nothing. Okay, no idea on that. And then this one over here, 10 on board the Railjack game plus 10% boost to shields. Yeah, screw that. Yeah, obviously this Augur mod set style effect is just not going to work for Lavos or Hildrin. It's one of the downsides Lavos has. Pretty much one of the only downsides Lavos has. Vidar Shield Array giving regeneration of shields in a different way. It's got a longer regen delay, lower shield max than the Levan, so that has to be really worth it. And the Z key is just terrible. Like, irredeemably terrible. Not gonna lie. It's just terrible. Have I got it to max stats? I'm fairly certain I have, but like, let me just inspect one of these. Continue. This. Valence. That. Oh wait, that's a minus. Okay, yeah. I was looking at it wrong. Sure, buff it up. So apparently I hadn't maxed that one. Have I not maxed the Levan either then? Possibly. I'd have thought I had, but... Oh, okay. So yeah, we are... Shields replace faster when cloaked, or maintain that. Obviously we maintain that. Yeah, I hadn't quite perfected it. It was very close. And by very close, I mean, for some reason, I didn't do the shield regen per second. What is wrong with me? Why have I not fused these this whole time? Oh, that one's finished! I don't know what Ken of the Past was doing, and I kind of hate him. Maybe they updated values? I doubt that, I'll be honest. There are Mark IV components. Let's grab that. Alright, let's see. So what are the other shield array perks? So Vidar can have 30% of shield damage is diverted to increase turret damage by up to 300 for the next shot. Wild. Every 10 seconds, shields apply an electric proc to all enemies within 50 meters. Redirect 50 energy to shields with every kill. Which, if it is just 50 shields, you don't care. Z key is plus 25% Railjack damage while shield is depleted. Which is... it's not bad, but it's not great. Plus 10% tenor shields on Railjack. Terrible. And then Levan is shields replace 50% faster whilst cloaked. You're cloaked, who cares? Or plus 1000% of energy consumed using battle mods are converted to shields. And that's weird because it's not 1000, it's 1500. Not quite sure why the wiki is saying the wrong number there. Yeah. It was buffed this Railjack update, so not updated. Zom, what? No, what? Okay. Patch history. Increase the shield recharge delay reduction on the following Railjack shield arrays: Levan and Vidar's. Okay, okay, fair enough. So my Vidar already had the max, despite the fact that it got changed, but my Levan didn't. These apply retroactively to existing shield arrays. Your component stats should be adjusted accordingly. Maybe I just got one that didn't get updated. I'm going to be honest. Did that also get buffed? There's no patch history note for that being buffed. Chalk. Nope. No listing in the patch notes for that one. Well, some saying it was. I just... Okay, reopen tab. I'll go for a full last Control F if they're going to put notes all over the place. 1500. Sorry, it was in a completely different section where there was even more changes. My bad. Right, so Wiki just has been updated. Okay. Let's see, any other changes here that I've missed? Shield array on Vidar increased range from 50 to 100 meters. Fair enough. Turret damage increase has now been increased from 25 to 100% on the Zetki. Fair enough, that's actually pretty substantial. Levan engines, top speed boost, overshield boost, Vidar engines, speed boost, armor strip. Okay. And total weapon damage on board Railjack increased from 20% to 50%, they say. Oh, it's on the engines, not the shields. Okay. Changed quite a few bits then, fair enough. Why did they buff the best shield perk? Yeah, God knows on that. God knows. Let's have a look at the engines then. All of the engine perks. Real quickly. So Levan has top speed if your shields are down, or overshields from slingshot. Vidar is more boost while shields are down, or intruders have reduced armor. And then Zetki, shields regen faster when you're not moving, or more damage Reteno on board the Railjack. Gotta say that doesn't really change my original idea of just have the extra boost speed when shields are down, because that's when you need your boost more than anything. So yeah, I'll stick with Vidar. I'm happy with that. Is there a filter for Mark IV? There is for weapons, because weapons are the only thing that go to Mark IV. Just weapons. Plating still doesn't have traits, so the mathematically best one is still the correct one. Nothing has changed there. And in the reactors, I still say high strength and good range is still just great. There is, however, I've got it on a fire hazard. I think you can get it to be an electric hazard. That one's fire hazard, scrap it. Fire hazard, scrap it. Fire hazard, scrap it. Ice hazard. Okay, but also scrap it. Hold on, let me... Before I scrap any more of these, reactor on said wiki. Electric hazard is a Zetki thing, yes. So I just got unlucky so far, that's fine. Ice. Electric! There we go, we continue from there. Right, now we take this one, combine it with that one, switch to the electric hazard. It's the only thing that's going to change here, because I've already got it on max stats. Fuse it. There we go, job done. I could have repaired it, but I don't care to keep the fire one. Because the reason for that is electric is the only one you cannot remotely repair. And the reason you can't remotely repair it is because it disables the tactical overlay, which is what you use for the remote repair. So certainly if you're running in a full squad, so you don't have any NPC crew to do the repairs, electric is the one where you'd like the chance for it to just be automatically fixed. Whereas fire you can manage. Fire you can indeed manage. Other options that you can get from reactors are just not comparable. Not worth the switch over to. So the van reactor, if you equip a Levan plating as well, which you should, it gives you 25% more max shields on the railjack. Not really that big of a perk. Levan reactor alternatively has Tenno get 50% damage increase for some amount of time after being launched from the slingshot. It's cute, but it's not like a big deal. Vidar reactors, 100% damage immunity after a major plus 100% damage immunity duration after a major breach is repaired. Few, but not a big deal. And Tenno gain of speed boost after using Arcwing. Not a big deal. Because it is a limited duration. So, having this fix something you can't otherwise fix remotely, on top of it being the best stats for a reactor, that's a win. That's just a win. Okay, yeah. So that's updated on those, reflecting the changes and becoming aware there are indeed changes. Have I maxed out these non-compatible? Non-compatible. I wish you'd tell me it was maxed rather than non-compatible. That would be nice to know here. Or something on it to show max stats. Something. But anyway, let's inspect one of these because I think the Zetki wasn't finished. There we go, and that'll get the full stats on it. Okay. So yeah, Zetki, slightly lower shield capacity, but a faster regen delay. But this thing regenerates shields oh so much faster. 30% per second rather than 12%, that's huge. This one is also a 30%. Ever so slightly faster again to do the recharge, but the passive perk is much, much, much worse. Although I say that, if I'm always using Lavos, is it that much worse? Is it that much worse if I'm always using Lavos? Hard to say. Sigma Shield Array Mark 1 though, blame me, those stats. You. Not even Mark 1, it's just basic. Right, that's enough fiddling on that. Back to considering the guns here. So, we've seen the APOC is pretty darn effective. We've seen the Photor's main functionality can actually be replaced with the Galvark. That's a big damn deal. That is a really big deal if I'm quite honest with you. Tycho Seeker Missile, it has its uses, but honestly, most of those uses are just replaced by Shatterburst. If you're not using Shatterburst, you're using either Tether or Particle Ram. I have never been happy with those ones. Never. And yeah, that just leaves it with Photor just doesn't have as solid a spot then. Because it's DPS. Let's compare Talon, which is a very high DPS, to the Photor. My Zetki Photor has finished building. Yay! Let's have a look here. Okay. So, Talon, we've got 16.67 fire rate multiplied by the 576 damage, multiplied by 2.5 from the damage mod we have, multiplied by 1 plus 0.32 for the doubled crit, multiplied by 3 for the doubled crit damage minus 1. DPS on this, ignoring intrinsic perks, is 47k. Which, in a normal mission, would sound like shit, but in Railjack, that's how it works. It's actually pretty good. 47k full spall happens very quickly. Photor, on the other hand, is a fire rate of 12, base of 486, including the multi-shot. And then that brings us the fire rate base. Crits of 1 plus 0.42 times 3. 13k. Oh boy. Oh wait, I forgot the damage mod. My bad. 33k. Okay, yeah. 47 down to 33. It's not a huge loss. It's not a huge loss. Like, about a third of your damage to drop from Talon to Photor, which, as much as it's a third, I think that still works out quite nicely. If I'm quite honest with you, I think that still works out quite nicely. The plus to heat damage, not sure exactly how that applies. I think it should apply just broadly evenly, so yeah. As I'm saying, which is even less if you get the crit mods. What, in the comparison? Let's see. Talon has... No, Talon will pull ahead if you take out the crit mods. Because Talon has the worst crit stats, it's gaining less from the crit modding. So the gap would widen if you're not using the crit mods. To give a simple example, if I just take 576 times 16.7, no crit Talon, as written here, is 9.6k. And then the Photor, 5.8k. Yeah. So you'll be losing 40% damage then, with nil crit whatsoever. But yeah. Photor's not that far behind, and it means then you don't need to use the Galvark. You can just punch through stuff, you still get your hit scan, so it can work out for you. If we have a look at the damage increase, just in general, if I compare to the Mark III, 486 over 324, any other stats change? A little bit in the crits, we'll look at that in a moment. But yeah, 486 over 324, 50% increase. So if we consider whether it is... Yeah, where I said that the Talon's about 50% higher again, going from Photor Mark III to Photor Mark IV is functionally the same as going from Photor Mark III to Talon Mark III with Punch Through. Yeah, I could easily be sold on that. I could very easily be sold on that. Is Talon Hitachi? Oh, Zom. Your keyboard hates you. And yes, Talon is indeed a hit scan. Talon is indeed a hit scan. Yeah. I suppose the other thing with Photor is the range on it. It says beam range 1000, but fall off 5000. I think we've been over this and shown that the beam range 1000 is just a lie. I think. Main article Photor. Blah 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 blah. Not entirely sure at this point in time. I'm going to be honest with you. Let's just shove it in a mission, try it. Trying is best way to know. Good old Sova Straight, why not? Am I keeping my Mark 3s for comparison or video stuff? Bit of both, really. Like, there's no point getting rid of them until it's time to get rid of them, right? Once I've got rid of them, I can't exactly just snap my fingers and have them back. Okay, so distance 2k. Right, so that's not a beam range of 1000. Let's just back up to 5k. That? Wait, 5k is hitting? How far back? 6k, 7k. Alright, see, when do we start hitting? 6k. There we are then. Alright, cool. It's actually got a 6k range on it, not 1k. Let's pop back to the dry dock and just confirm what it says in the arsenal on that one. I think I have the range modding applying there, but we'll see exactly how that comes together in a second. Nope, not the plexus, not the plexus. Thank you. So yeah, on this photo, interesting. I have it modded for a fall off of 7750. Beam range of 1253. Yeah, all of that is wrong. The beam range is a nonsensical stat. That is not what was happening there. And the fall off, it stopped hitting things at like 6k. That's what we just saw. Oh my god. It's really frustrating. The number of times the game just lies. That's not a bug at that point. It's just wrong. Alright. Alright. Whatever. I'll be honest, not even sure on how reload stat works here. Wait, hang on. What? Everything is a reload of 3 seconds. I come out of here and it says there's a reload at 0.1. Yeah, this interface is really broken. Like, not even a little bit. This is really broken. Can I even just trust any of the stats here? Is it coming from this? Forge capacity, forge cooldown, elemental resistance, turret heat capacity. Yeah, that's not any of it. Oh god. Am I unreasonable for being frustrated by things like that, chat? Is it unreasonable to look at the stats and go, come on, why can't I just tell me the truth? Because it does feel a little screwball, if I'm honest with you. Hecate saying, would that take into account the reload intrinsic? Is the reload intrinsic a 99% reduction in reload? Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Not that one. That is you yourself doing reload, and also it's 0.5 seconds, not 0.1. Is there another one? Reduce overheat recovery time by 50%? Nope. That shouldn't bring it to 0.1 from 3. A 30-fold reduction. Yeah, no, I got no idea on that one. I got no idea for you on that one. Alright. We've seen the Carsonox in action on the side there. I can now put the upgraded Carsonox on there. Go from Levant to Zetki actually improves the damage and the status. And the crit. At just a cost of a bit more heat. That's an absolute win. There we go. Easy peasy on that one there. And forward gun, what have we not tried so far? Not tried the Pulsar, I think. Let's give the Pulsar a run through, see how it feels in a mission. Make sure I am on, yep, I'm on Gunner. Let's head back into this. We've done a lot of stuff here, so it's fair to compare. And yeah, for testing purposes here, Ellie, because you bring it up on the whole valencing for maximum, the difference between what I've currently got stat-wise and what is maxed is not that big. Like, if I was on minimum values of like 25%, yeah, I'd want to do a bit of upgrading. But as it is, no, the DPS is kind of close to the same. The big differences are going to be in the actual tier upgrade. This is almost a one-shot on a bunch of stuff. Almost a one-shot. Unfortunately, the buff to it is a fire rate buff, not a damage buff. We're not going to be hitting those one-shot breakpoints. I've already got so many damage bonuses. I don't think I can achieve a one-shot consistently. Like, some of these are taking it, and that's nice. But there are limits. Stop spinning around. Oh, hi there. Goodbye there. There's our next set of victims. We know they're victims because it says so in the EE log. Try and find the weak spot. Yep, that hit the weak spot. That's got its shield in the way, hit behind the shield, instant death. This doesn't feel the most satisfying gun to use, despite how visibly effective it is at killing. It doesn't feel great. And I don't know why that is. If I'm very honest with you, I don't know why that is. I'm going to think on it, but for now it's just kind of... The sound design of it isn't particularly impressive. It's not got like a high fire rate, so you don't get any burr sentiment from it. It hasn't got the heaviness, the rapid fire feel of that. Oh, we're about to get blacked here. Ooh, pulled us away from that incoming damage just in time. Yeah, I don't know what it is. It just, dare I say, almost feels boring. Like, it clearly has the ability to get the job done. It just... It just doesn't feel cool. Despite the fact that I'm firing a burst energy laser thing, which it's absolutely hit scan, we can see that. Tearing these things apart.
Looks like we kicked the nest. Rainier cruise ship has
I just... Man, stop locking on behind the ship, you dumb idiot game. Anyway, some of the NPCs for some reason just locks wrong. All the guns do that. Yeah, it is a relatively slow burst fire, isn't it? This has got a high, not max, but high fire rate bonus on it. I've got all of my possible modding bonuses near enough. Yeah. Time Reaper, we are in the midst of... Well, we've farmed up every mouthful weapon, given a couple of them a try. We compare that to this thing, and yeah, the screen shake is a bit annoying on it, but it's got a bassier sound, the fire rate is more satisfying. It feels more like the kind of weaponry at least that I've gotten used to. Dare I say, this almost feels just clinical. It's like, I'm not so much firing a gun as delivering eviction papers. Your turn to exit your ship. Now you, yeah. Oh, sorry, exit time. You're out. You're out. Time for you to go, and you can go. Yeah. It doesn't have any emotion behind it. It just doesn't have the emotion.
Breach sealed. Railjack integrity restored.
Alright, let's get us in position on these railjacks. Railjacks? Cruise ships. Here we go. God damn it. Clap. Alright, bunch of puncture blocks on that. Should be as weak as it could ever be. It's also got very few hit points now, so blap. Yep. Didn't hit on a weak spot, I just made it weak.
Boom. Cruise ship eliminated. Focus on remaining targets.
Honestly, Zom, it's not so much a bad sign or good sign in general, it's just a thing. With some of the guns, the functionality is more the issue, or the range, meaning it's difficult to apply. This one, it's not difficult to apply, not a bad range, it's hit scan, all that good stuff. Look at the output we're getting there, it's just... I'll have to check the numbers on the DPS, but in terms of the gun, it's just... Something about it makes me not care about it. It's weird. Photor has this piercing bzzz effect. Talon, you get that spool up. Oh god, I just saw that crack on the hole on the left there. Yeah, this is just... It's like non-Karnan and Burston. Without the stupid fire rate I can add to it. It is just non-Karnan Burston. Which itself kills enemies. Like, you see the fire rate I get used to on the Burston. Without that, it's like... Ugh. Ugh, that's horrible. And... Time Reaper saying it's a science for sure. Combine the whole day in Minecraft because the interaction is satisfying, but that feeling is not there for Hightail. I get what you mean, yes. I lock on. I do get exactly what you mean there. It's weird how some activities you really can just handle. It's like, I've been playing hours of Railjack here. Am I pissed at playing Railjack? Am I upset by it? No. And yet I'm playing the same missions over and over and over and over again. Can you all imagine me sat here for this long running Circuit? Me. Not you or anyone else, me in particular.
Boom. Cruise ship eliminated. Focus on remaining targets.
Alright, well there we go.
Enemy in retreat.
Also, wow, 10 missions completed pop-up. Have I already done that few here? Has it only taken 10 missions to get to where we are? Damn. Yeah, I get used to my fiery bonuses. Like, my latum goes fast. Oh, yeah, the pulsar just... it just doesn't sing. It just doesn't sing, that one. Right. Back to dry dock. Back to the bits and pieces. Yeah. Yeah, so that pulsar was running a 49.4%. Oh, wait, it's a puncture damage bonus, not a fiery bonus. So they don't do that. Okay. Yeah, so as... okay. So Vidar gets a damage bonus, but Levan gets a fire rate bonus. And the Zetki is a fire rate bonus. I'm going to put that one in the repair queue. Okay, we'll bear that in mind. Also, stats-wise, this might be better. Let's see here. Oh, wow, okay. So before accounting for the puncture bonus, which actually... Let's look at how that puncture bonus works real quick here. If I switch my Plexus to the not turret one, this shouldn't have much, if any, turret bonuses on it. We've got Hyper Strike, let's take that off as well. There we go. Right. So yeah, it's got a little bit of buffing coming from my intrinsic stats, but otherwise not too much. We see 1319 up from that, and it's 443 becoming... oh yeah, it's all the bonuses in the puncture. There we go. Yeah, that is just the thing here I was going to check. So 400 times 1.494 will be 597.6. It's actually 836.3. That's good news. That is good news. So if I do 836.3 minus the 400, and then divide that by the 0.494, 883 is the total. Good. Okay. So the concern I was checking there, in case it wasn't clear, the puncture bonus, unlike modded puncture, which only applies to the puncture portion, this puncture bonus is applying based on the entire weapon's damage. So like a good progenitor bonus, like standard fare for that, we're not losing out for choosing a physical type, or rather being forced to choose. Anyway, so with that in mind then, it means we can just roll out the details together. So 883 basic times 1.6 for the bonus that you get from the valence, I suppose. Fire rate 3.33, and crits with crit modding will be 1 plus 0.56 times 3. Gives us... oh, and the 2.5 from turret damage modding. So this gives us a 31,500 DPS. That can't be right. Oh yeah, there's a Vidar, never mind. It can be right. So yeah, 31,500. That is about what I was getting on the Zetki Photor. Zetki Pulsar, 1149 times 3.33 times 1.6 for damage and fire rate. Multiplying our crits, 1 plus 0.4 times 3, and the Hyper Strike bonus. DPS rises to 33.7k. 33.7k. Except now that I look at it, those aren't the correct numbers. I forgot. It's a burst weapon. The burst weapon doesn't use the fire rate of the gun properly. Never mind. Scratch everything I just said. Does the wiki know the actual burst rate of the pulsar? I never like figuring out burst firing. Let's see. Pulsar. Wiki has, it's an auto burst, yep, we know that. Reload time, reload delay, relevant. Reload amount, irrelevant. No burst duration information. Shit. Have we got a vid on the burst and build? There you go. Okay. I don't know what the actual DPS is of these then. It seems like it's going to be pretty high, because those bursts are quick. Let's get an idea as to how quickly it fires. We'll just measure it. Fuck it. We'll just measure it. If in doubt, do your own research. And because this is the Vidar one, I don't have to worry about the fire rate bonus, because it doesn't have one. Okay, let's time it out. Very slow heat generation, that is good. Okay. Let's see then. Grab the bit there. So here's what I just recorded, of course. We start firing 2 seconds of video without recording. And just number of shots. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. And when we hit 21st, almost immediately after. So it's about 2 shots per second actual. 2 shots of burst 4. Okay. It's about 2 shots per second with a burst of 4 shots. I think the burst means that it's 4 lots of the damage as shown in the arsenal, I would think. Which gives it a functional fire rate of 8, not 3.33. Does that sound right to everyone? Now, the other thing of note is that if our fire rate, functional fire rate is 8, our actual fire rate is 2 when we account for burst, but it says a fire rate of 3.33. My understanding is that you have your burst duration, and then you have your fire rate interval. So from that, I should be able to figure out the burst duration, acting like it is 2 bursts per second we're getting. That is 2x plus 2 times 1 over 3.33 for fire rate equal to 1. So solve for x. I'm not going to do that myself. I'm going to slap it straight into Warframe Alpha to save myself some time here. That would give a burst duration of 0.2 seconds. Okay. So with a burst duration of 0.2, how does that shake out with fire rate bonuses then? Because, yeah, as it currently stands, I'm saying 1 over 3.33 is the firing delay of 0.3 seconds, burst duration of 0.2, hence 0.5 seconds per shot. If you have a fire rate bonus on that of 1.6, then the firing delay is 0.188. Add on the 0.2 for the burst duration, we get a functional fire rate of 2.56, up from 2. sorry, 2.58, up from 2. Which is a 29% DPS increase. And this is why I don't like working out the numbers on burst weapons. Going through all of that, theoretically, the fire rate bonus, I'd need to finish building the Pulsar Z key here to verify this, but theoretically, if it only increases the fire rate, doesn't decrease the burst duration, it should only be a max 29% DPS increase. Whereas the plus 60% puncture damage, applying to the entirety of the damage here, would mean the Vidar gets a full 160%, not 129% effective. So, that does flatten the numbers a bit here. Let's take that as an assumption then. Is using plus puncture in the mission? Yes. Which also shows then the Z key be even further away from a one-shot, because no damage bonus is a fire rate bonus. So, 883 multiplied by, for the Pulsar, for the Vidar I was saying, functional 2 bursts per second, 4 shots per burst, 2.5 from Hyper Strike, 1 plus 0.56 times 3 for the bugged crit values. Actual DPS... Have I got everything here? Yeah, I've got everything here. So for the Vidar, actual DPS, I forgot the 1.6. Pulsar Mark 4. There we go. Right, actual Vidar DPS, I'm writing this down myself, 75,726. Peak DPS, which is a bunch. For railjack purposes, that is a bunch. That's with all the modding included. That's not accounting for the intrinsic bonuses. I'm going to have to get around to checking those. For the Z key, we instead have a higher base damage, 1149, multiplied by the recalculated fire rate of 2.58, multiplied by the 4 shots per burst, multiplied by the bugged crit values, multiplied by Hyper Strike, multiplied by nothing else because we got the fire rate already included. 65k. It's lower. Noticeably lower. So theoretically, because it is a burst weapon, it loses out to the Vidar, whereas normally it would not. Yeah, if I take that fire rate and treat it like the full fire rate worked. One moment. Okay, loading. There we go. Yeah, if the fire rate bonus applied to the burst duration as well, then it would come out to a DPS of 81k to the Vidar 75. All of this is very close together. Yeah, 65, 75, 81. It's not crazy differences here. But there are differences. Cheers, on. And again, the DPS calculation for the Z key is theoretical at this point, because I have yet to finish building it to actually test how the fire rate bonus works on it. And they don't include a burst duration stat anywhere, I don't think. Nope. They tell you it's a burst. They don't tell you how long the burst lasts. Oh boy. Why is nothing in this game simple? Like, is there any part of Warframe that is actually simple? Any of it?
You said, what can we do to help your journey
It feels like the answer is no.
and honor?
Isn't that the fun of it? It's to an extent, Meow, to an extent, but like,
Interest you.
some of what I have to check is, okay, what are the stats they're not telling me? So we're saying, like you said, it might be worse in practice if the loss of per shot damage makes it require additional bursts. That is also true, yes. There is something to be said for a alpha strike level effect, yeah. Been saying, yes, the things in Warframe you don't take a look at and therefore overlook. True. True, yes. Where things work, I can just move on from them. Although the risk is then finding out where those things are that I don't need to investigate any further, and then I can move on from. Technically, the presence of so many things that don't work as expected forces me to basically check all of their math. All of it. So many arsenal stats that are wrong, so many mod stats that are wrong, so many descriptions that just give you half of what should be involved, or the wrong details. It doesn't make it easy, I'll be quite honest with you on that. But for now, I think it is about time. The reward of those of you who've stuck it out for all of the difficulties and confusions. Let's open up a good old giveaway, shall we? Let's grab the giveaway handler. Let's get that up on the screen here. Let's do a draw for 75 plat. Only make a 1 minute draw. See how many of you are actually awake. Let's open the draw for that. 175 plat giveaway. Exclamation mark enter to enter in with a chance to win that. It is a very, very simple. Let's just see from Queen. You get 60 max capacity. Mods take a bit of that. Polarizing mod makes it cost half rounded up. Queen. And then there's the aura that increases it rather than decreases it. So you apply a mod to be able to apply more mods. Also, the omnipolarity that takes every polarity doesn't take the umbral polarity. Umbrals have their own thing. But if you put the umbrals on it, it's not counted as the wrong polarity, it's just counted as neutral. You can swap polarities, but only once you've added a polarity. This includes being able to swap the polarity from slots you have to unlock. And also, Queen, do you remember the equation for what your mod capacity is? As we do our draw for the 75 plat giveaway. You all had your minute. Everyone had the same minute. You can only form on rank 30. Incorrect, Chalk. Incorrect. You can form an item for the first time at rank 30. However, at higher tiers, you'll find some items that go beyond level 30, and then you need to keep leveling to be able to form it. So even that's not simple. But we can celebrate Ninjarific! Congratulations, you are our winner today of the Platinum giveaway. 75 plat can absolutely be coming your way. We've already got your details on record as well, so there's nothing more you need to do. It really is as simple as that, Ninjarific. You'll see that in your inbox within the next couple of weeks. Spend it stupidly. I'd say spend it wisely, but no, have fun with it. Go wild. Why not? Spend your platinum any way you wish this August. But that, chat, that is indeed where we're going to wrap it up here today. Now that I've got all of the Railjack weapons to at least do baseline testing, but I'm going to be left with some questions regardless. I don't know if I do want to farm out all of the Railjack weapons, so 3 houses worth for each, given the farms of some of them. Yeah. Just last bit here from Queen, because I did ask them a question. They don't want to think about it, but is the capacity on weapons and other gear, MR or weapon, whichever's higher level, multiplied by 2 if they've got a Catalyst Reactor plus Aura Boost? I'm so sorry, Queen. You've got that incorrect. I am so sorry. You used to be correct, but now you're not correct. All items now have a baseline 15 capacity plus half of the highest of your level or the weapon or items level, and then doubled if you have a reactor or catalyst included in it. And once they go above level 30, it increases by 1 per level rather than half per level. They added in that 15 baseline so the new players switching to a new weapon didn't go from like 28 capacity on their nearly finished Paris to no capacity on their Boltor. Yeah. It made the math a lot more complicated, but my god is it a sensible change. Nothing in this game is simple. I'll see you all in the next one on a Friday. We've got some more Warframe then. There's going to be a big, and I do promise you, big announcement for that tomorrow. But I will see you then. Bye-bye.